Therefore, WMD to the question of his inner sincerity. Philosophy also plays a role when we recognize that the people of that region have endured a long history of human rights abuses. We can do so because we have an idea of human rights. Philosophers played a key role in developing that idea. Notably, in the same period as Descartes, Hugo Grotius, 1583 to 1645, John Locke, 1632 to 1704, and others. Philosophy isn't something totally alien to us. It's there already in our lives, in trivial ways and important ones. But what is philosophy? What are philosophers trying to achieve? Traditionally, philosophers have wanted to understand the nature of everything in a very general way: existence and non-existence, possibility and necessity, the world of common sense, the world of natural science, the world of mathematics, parts and wholes, space and time, cause and effect, mind and matter. They want to understand our understanding itself, knowledge and ignorance, belief and doubt, appearance and reality, truth and falsity, thought and language, reason and emotion. They want to understand and judge what we do with that understanding, action and intention, means and ends, good and bad, right and wrong, fact and value, pleasure and pain, beauty and ugliness, life and death, and more. Philosophy is hyper-ambitious. That brief description raises an obvious question. Since scientists study many of those topics, how is philosophy related to science? They were not always separate. From the ancient Greeks on, philosophy included natural philosophy, the study of the natural world. To cut a long story short, through the 16th and 17th centuries, natural philosophy turned into something recognizable as natural science in the modern sense, especially physics. Pioneers such as Galileo and Newton still described themselves as natural philosophers. Some philosophers were also scientists and mathematicians, including Descartes and Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, 1646 to 1716. But natural philosophy, or natural science, developed a distinctive methodology, with a key role for experimentation, exact observation using special instruments, such as telescopes and microscopes, measurement and calculation. Increasingly, this child of philosophy has looked like a rival and mortal threat to its parent. For philosophy and natural science seem to be in competition to answer the same questions about the underlying nature of reality. If it is a duel, philosophy seems to be outgunned, for it only has thought, while natural science has those other methods too. If philosophers insist that they are better at thinking than natural scientists, who will believe them? To change the metaphor, the philosopher is cast in the role of the lazy man, lecturing us from the comfort of his armchair about how the universe must be, while the scientist goes out to look and see how it really is. If that's right, isn't philosophy obsolete? Thus, the rise of modern natural science has provoked a slow-burning crisis of philosophical method. Much of the subsequent history of philosophy can be interpreted as a series of responses to that crisis of method, attempts to find something, anything, that philosophical methods can do better than scientific ones. Those attempts have often involved drastically scaling down the ambitions of philosophy, as later chapters will explain. In my view, the supposed opposition between philosophy and science assumes an overly narrow, one-size-fits-all conception of science. After all, mathematics is just as scientific as natural sciences like physics, chemistry, and biology.